Hi, this is Lexi
and Sid
of Hess Van Schlemmer Metalworks and Art, home of the Schlemmer Metal Wolves. We are a small but furious family-run welding, fabrication, and metalworks shop with CNC capabilities and now full-scale powder coating operation. We bring unique, affordable quality art to life within the realm of practicality. Whether it's signs, sculptures, railings, shelves, furniture, or even just powder coat for your rims or your patio set, give us a look, check us out on Facebook or Instagram, or call 618-670-5724. We are Hess Van Schlemmer Metalworks. That was terrible.
We tried.
Hey everybody, Shane Presley here with the Rock Paper Podcast. Let me tell you about my friends over at Naked Vine, located at 1624 Clarkson Road in Chesterfield, Missouri. Hey, swing by and visit them this week for a glass of wine, whiskey, or local craft beers, and stick around for the show. Thursday, September 20th, Ralph Frimmer. Friday, September 21st, Pat Liston. And Saturday, September 22nd, Alligator Wine, doing their Grateful Dead tribute out there. So come by, check out those shows. Be sure to follow along with Naked Vine on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and visit nakedvine.net for all details. Hey, don't forget, I will return to Naked Vine on Tuesday, October 9th, for my next edition of my singer-songwriter storytelling showcase. And I'll be bringing along my good friends Phil Russo, Matthew Hitchcock, and Samantha Clemens. So do not miss that show. Again, October 9th, we'll be back. All right, thanks everybody. Enjoy the show.
A podcast is kind of like it's like a radio show that's not on the radio. It's on the internet. Does that make sense? Uh-huh. Yeah. That's also like my mom. It makes it sound more confusing, doesn't it? It sounds like this.
Hello, this is Devin.
Hi, this is Christopher.
This is Ryan.
And I'm Ann, with the Fade.
We're the Fade.
You're listening to Rock Paper Podcast. Boom.
It felt forced.
Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast, y'all.
Hey everybody, Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast, coming to you from St. Louis, Missouri. Kinda. Took a little drive over to, what was this, Belleville?
That's right.
Yep.
Belleville, Illinois, to hang out with the Fade. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Hey.
What's that?
Welcome back to the show, I should say.
Good to be back.
Welcome back to Belleville.
Yeah.
Good old Bella.
Yeah, I mean, I've done quite a few over here. Got a lot of our St. Louis music scene over here in this on the east side. So, but yeah, no, I'm glad to be back here hanging out. We got a brand new record, got a big release party, got a lot of things, happening for the Fade. So, and we looked at been almost a little over 2 years something since we last talked. So, got a lot to catch up on. So, but yeah, I guess let's dive right into the record. We got big release party happening October 6th at Blueberry Hill in the Duck Room, and you can catch the Fade there with Talk and the Mindframes. So big release party, like I said. So let's talk about Good Dream Gone. This is the new album. Do you guys record this yourselves, or we go somewhere to?
Yep, in my basement.
Nice.
10 feet beneath you.
Yep.
We do call it Mercy Studios, but it's also Devin's
On paper.
basement. Yeah.
Because I remember, when we did the last one, I think you guys did the EP right by yourselves, and
Yep.
and then we did some live jamming that we recorded that day and stuff. So
That's right.
I figured that might have been the case. I just was. I think that's, I don't know, for me that's really cool to hear that kind of stuff, that you guys are able to do that on your own and make it sound like this. It sounds great.
Well, I'm glad you think so.
Yeah.
That is good news, right? Yeah.
Because that's I guess that, it definitely helps that the technology's evolved where we can have that kind of technology in our basement and do the.
It's much more accessible now than it ever has been.
Right.
Yes, it's nice.
But yeah, it's awfully convenient when you can just go downstairs and record something.
Yeah.
So all this recorded in house, and I guess it was this. How long do we it take you guys? Is it like this? Been something you guys been
Let's do
working
some
on?
backtracking here.
Maybe
So,
we were
Technical.
This time we tried to be
2 months or 3 months.
the recording process.
The recording process.
Recording
yeah.
process, yes.
Yeah, we tried to be
Yeah.
like organized about the process this time. We had a clear here. We're gonna write songs until we're done writing songs, and then
Then we will record all of those songs.
yeah. So we finished writing the songs. When was that?
Really right up until we started
Honestly,
recording,
so
technically.
Yeah,
we
that was the goal.
we met in winter of 2017 to kind of like talk through all this, and
Yeah.
our goal was,
Yeah.
our goal was to do things a lot quicker than we did, but
Sure.
I feel like we didn't finish writing the songs until
It was kind of approaching the summer,
Yeah.
I would say.
maybe May, honestly.
Maybe
Yeah.
May.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
think
like-
that's when I switched jobs, and that's like where I
Yeah.
started recording the drums.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
right.
because I think I was like,
Yeah.
I gotta hurry up and finish this before.
Right,
Right,
that's right.
yeah.
It was like the week
Yeah.
before you were going to start the new job.
Mhm.
You had a week off.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
yeah.
Jobs
Crammed
you
in all my stuff
recorded.
real fast.
Yeah, so then we recorded over the summer.
Yeah.
People kind of just took turns doing their parts. And then yeah, we finished up a couple months ago, and then I've been mixing for the last like month and a half, 2 months until we, but a couple weeks ago we finished mixing, and here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we finished mixing, I think, right around the first weekend of August.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
since then, Devin's been hard at work mixing all of it.
You finished recording. You said mixing first.
Oh yeah, excuse me. Yeah, we finished we finished recording the first weekend of August.
Right.
Then Devin's been mixing ever since
Since
until
then.
maybe about 3-4 weeks ago when we sent it out for production.
Yeah. I don't do the mastering here. Dan Merriman, who's the recording teacher at Swick and runs Jettison Studios, also on this side of the river.
Nice.
He does our mastering.
Over in
He's
Midway.
very pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you need some good mixing, mastering, or recording, we'd highly recommend him because he actually recorded our single that we released less than a year ago called Hollow Doors. So he actually recorded and mixed that. And yeah, he's a pro. So if you need anybody on this side of the river, even if you're not on this side of the river, we'd highly recommend him.
For sure.
Yeah.
Even for his masterings, it's
Yeah.
It's really good.
Definitely. So you you guys are talking about the some of the writing process. Like, do you guys all still? Everybody kind of just doing their own parts, or and then coming presenting ideas, or are you guys all? And as far as like lyrics and stuff, is that all Ryan? Or are you guys collaborating on lyrics and stuff too?
It's everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody does it now.
I know.
Which is good.
I know it was on this particular record too. Was I noticed that Anne had a sing-off song. So
Yeah, I'm definitely more comfortable in my role as backup singer, but yeah, they pushed me this time to try to get out there and give it a try. So that's my first attempt at some lead vocals.
And I would say that you wrote a couple of songs from
Yeah.
like you started the writing process in a couple of songs.
Yeah,
And,
that's one of the ones that I kind of spearheaded.
So the one So Many is the one that you're singing lead on, and that's when you brought it to us and you were singing on it. And personally, I just had a hard time hearing anybody else.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we tried Ryan on it, and it was like
It's horrible.
And then I was like, I'll just do it. No, I'm just kidding.
basically.
yeah, I kind of figured that might have been the case, that there was one more that you wrote, being that you're probably more attached to it to want to sing it and stuff. And but yeah, it's always kind of interesting how that all comes together and stuff. So.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, even though Ryan's the vehicle for all the songs, they're coming from all of us.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I would say that earlier in our process, it used to be very much Ryan would write most of a song, and he'd bring it to us, and we develop
modify it.
We develop.
Yeah.
And it's been more like
Thanks.
we
It's like half that now.
It's been more like he'll bring songs, and it's like, oh, here's an idea that I've developed a little bit, and then yeah, we're doing a lot more just from the get go with songs
It's
nowadays.
way easier for me.
We started a lot more songs together this
Yeah.
time. Yeah, and just kind of brought a couple on her own that she had started on her own. And, But yeah, usually it always comes in a very raw form with very little information. It's just something to start, and then we all just
Yeah, it's
sort
not
of,
like, oh, I have all the bass parts and everything worked out. It's
Right.
kind of like, here's the gist of the song.
Yeah.
Like, work out your stuff and
Some chords I might use.
right, yeah. And I think we've just learned that that's the better way to do it, because
Yeah.
that way there's no like rewriting anything. It's just here's a canvas.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
someone has to get the canvas started usually. That's the hardest part.
Yeah.
And I like it because, I mean, that makes every song feel like our song rather than, oh, this is one of Ryan's songs.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
Anne's song. It felt like
We all
very
did
much
together.
all of this was a very, like, I was about to say 50-50, 50-50, 25. This was
I
just
like
probably the most collaborative we've ever been.
Yeah.
And it kind of created a sense of wholeness that I think we couldn't have gotten otherwise.
We give it 200% every time.
That's right.
That's how it is.
Well, let's give everybody a little sneak peek of what you all been up to. I picked a song called
We did Shane's picks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I picked a song called "I Want to Go," and I really like this one a lot. Like I liked the whole record has a lot of various sounds. And then, like, there's definitely some that are sort of, a little slower, a little faster. And so there's that. And then you got some that are more like, bluesy rock kind of thing. And then there's there's a couple like, almost some like, felt like kind of surf rock almost kind of vibe to them a little bit. And there's some different elements. Yeah.
That's right.
But
Said I'd be giving previews of what we might cover.
that's from the record. But I picked "I Want to Go." This one, like I said, I enjoyed the way it sounded, and I liked the kind of the vocal effect on it too and stuff. Like,
dirty.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let's. Anybody want to add anything more to the "I Want to Go"?
Just real quick, this interesting story behind this one. Devin and I actually wrote this one together in a caffeine-fueled weekend of nonstop songwriting, and when we presented it to the Fade,
It was a very different song.
we ended up making it so much better. Like, it was just another example of bringing a concept, even though that one was a little more developed, and changing it so completely. And just kind of using some bits and pieces for the
I don't even
end
remember what the
product.
original sounded
Yeah.
like now. I'll have to
it was
go
real
back
messy.
and.
Real
Yeah,
messy.
yeah.
Drums.
But yeah, so this is just a really cool example of going from A to B, how big of a difference that gap and that switch can be, and how better it can be too.
So good.
It's fun. It's kind of dual personality song,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
Like it starts out one way and then just takes kind of as a 180.
That's true. Yeah.
I wanna go with you.
Yeah, and then like at the you kind of had to close it out with like a kind of an extended like jam on it.
Yeah.
So
It's big on the end.
yeah,
It's really good.
very cool. Yeah, like I said, it sounds great, and I'm excited to see you guys playing it live. Like I said, we got the big release party October 6th, Duck Room, and bringing along Talk, who I haven't seen in quite a while. Like, so that's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah.
great.
Those guys, they're pretty wild. And Brian with his high kicks and his hair spins and everything else, it's quite the spectacle.
I heard he might wear sequined garb with me, so let's
Excellent.
see.
That'll be fun.
We'll talk. Yeah.
Yep.
If we're lucky, Matt Basler will only be wearing an apron. So
He would do that. That makes sense.
And excuse me, the Mindframes. I know the name. I've seen their name around.
They're
but I don't-
Alton based.
Yeah.
But yeah, Justin Lovell is a good friend of ours. He played in the first release show that we did with a different band, Gemini Hustler.
Yeah, Gemini Hustler. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, great band, good friends.
Yeah, they're really good.
And Alton's actually got a pretty happening little music scene over there that some people aren't quite aware of, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of cool little places to play and a lot of nice bands coming out of that area, so.
Yeah, I met up with Hooky over there, and we did one over there. But I'm not like super familiar with a lot of, but I do know I've been trying to learn a little more about what's going on in Alton too. Like there's like I said, there's a lot of growing right now. So
Yeah, well, I'm hoping to do that big Rock the Hops festival
Yeah.
up there every year. A lot of really good St. Louis bands come over and play for that, so that's a good way to kind of investigate the city.
Kind of merge,
You know?
yeah.
merge
Yeah,
yourself.
To meet the communities a little bit.
Yeah.
That's good.
yeah, you guys have any? You guys working on some surprises or anything for the 6th?
I mean, pyrotechnics, cage
Yeah.
dancers,
For sure.
circus animals. It's gonna be a shit show. It's gonna be
Yeah, extravaganza.
There'll be a
Aren't you
smorgasbord
supposed
of
to set the bar low and
right. I
exceed
mean,
it?
yeah,
Is
there'll
that-
be magicians. ethnic
I'll be the
cuisine,
magician.
Ooh, what's your magician name then?
My magician name?
What would it be?
What would my magician name be,
Think of
Brian?
that. We need to think of it.
It would be
The great something.
I am great.
Devil
Yeah.
Rooney.
Yeah, the great something.
There you go. The great something.
Well, let's, we'll come back.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, you
that's
guys
the
kind of
surprise.
Yeah, that's the surprise. Yeah.
We got a workshop.
I
Yeah, workshop this.
definitely do some stretching before you come out, though. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah, wear your raincoats.
Yeah. Maybe a poncho.
Poncho, wear your ponchos.
That is that's a neat room down there though. Like
Yeah,
I
that's
I
what
feel
do
of that
like-
room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
So it's going to be a fun night.
Faves.
You can pick up tickets at the Blueberry Hill box office or from Ticketmaster.com if you prefer.
Yep.
But I think you can avoid.
Cheaper in advance, I think.
true.
It's like $6 in advance, and then I think it's $8.
All ages, but there is a $2 minor surcharge. So
yeah.
bring everybody, but just know if you're under 18 or under.
If you're a minor.
If you're a minor, is it 18 or 21?
I don't know.
If you're a minor and you know that you're a minor, bring an extra $2. So.
Yeah.
Drinking ages. 20.
Maybe it's that. Maybe
Yeah.
it's
I
if
guess
you
they
can't.
assume
Maybe
if you're not going to drink any liquor, then they want to.
they won't
Yes.
go on.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yep.
That sounds good.
It's like
It does.
validating.
It does.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
I probably should figure that out because I have a similar situation coming up for my show, so I need to get those details figured out. If it's 18 or 21.
I've known before. I just don't right now.
Well, you guys wanted to play Hollow Doors also. This you said this was you have a previous version that you released as a
Yeah.
single, and then you reworked it for the record.
Yeah, this was,
We
this
did
was
a
kind
cover
of
of
a
our own
remake.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
Just the version as a single didn't quite fit, but we didn't want to leave it behind per se. So that was one of the, if I remember correctly, that was one of the more difficult rehearsals that we had, was just trying to like figure out what
Well, I
we
think
wanted
you
to
get
do
so
with
used to it being a certain way, and it's like, all right, let's do something completely different with this
Right.
song after you've been playing it for quite a while. That's
Yeah.
hard to do.
So the original version's much more upbeat. It's got kind of that Midwest indie rock feel. This new version is just a lot more toned down, a little more low key.
Yeah.
Yeah, it blends with the album a little more.
It blends with the album a little more. It matches the lyrics a little more as well. So
Yeah, the way I feel about it too is like when you write a song, you start with like infinite possibilities, you know, and it's kind of fun to just like, well, I wrote this song, but I want to write it again. It's
Right.
let's see what else I could have done instead. And it's, you know, you feel like once you've written a song, it's this complete thing. It's locked. You can't go back. But I just, you know, I think it's fun to defy those kind of
Rules.
normal things people think about and
Yeah, man.
do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Do what I want.
I could hear your cries
Yeah, man, I say that all the time. Like when I'm even doing the show and everything else, I'm like, that's what's kind of fun about. Like, I mean, whether I'm doing my podcast, but you guys as a band, like, I mean, there are no rules. The only rules we really put on ourselves are we made up. You know, it's like
Exactly.
So, but like I like that it's kind of fun. Like, and that's what I enjoy about like meeting all the people because like everybody's doing their own thing. They're trying to figure it out themselves too. So it's kind of exciting to see how everybody's working, even though we're all working for a similar goal and stuff. Where everybody has their own way of going about and doing it all. So, but yeah, it's I feel like maybe in the past it was a little more, kind of one way to kind of do it, but like now today, like I mean, literally hundreds of ways to make it all happen.
Especially I think that's probably one of the advantages of home recording too, is you don't have anybody that you're accountable to. You're just yourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can kind of just whatever you think of. Well, it's fair game.
Well, that's what I kind of was thinking too when you guys were talking about that process and like how like the time and stuff, and like I figure like that's probably got to be one of the biggest things about doing it yourself is the fact that you have unlimited time.
Yeah.
It's like if you were booking a studio, it's almost like you're forced to get creative because like, all right, well, now we have studio time. We got a week or whatever to get in here, knock this out, and we gotta get But now you got unlimited time to sit there and go back and forth between mixes or whatever you want to do. And
double-edged sword though, because obviously you can just
go forever.
Option anxiety.
Yeah. That's not 100% the way I wanted it, so I'm going to do that again, right? It's like,
Especially with, the advancement in our recording process, like gear-wise too, and I've mentioned this every time anybody's asked about it, like just the upgrades in your software. It's like, these 23 plugins all sound amazing. It's like, so which do we choose? Which one is more amazing? So
so many choices.
Yeah.
And that's part of it too. Is I record as a hobby mainly. Like I learned to record for fun and for just to do whatever I wanted to do and be able to have that form of expression. But like, I forgot what I was gonna say. But I don't get very much practice doing it. Like I only do it with the fade. I've recorded some friends, stuff like that. But like whenever I'm down there, it's like there's so many things I can do. It's like I need to, I'm constantly developing my system. I've been like, I don't have the advantage of someone who's been recording for decades, who has their system down, who knows, I'm gonna use this plugin with this kind of compression, right? That kind of stuff. So I'm still kind of, a lot of knob tweaking and experimenting. But I like that though. It's fun.
Yeah,
it's better
for sure. You guys, so you said Dan recorded the other version, Hallador. So was that in the studio then?
That was actually at
Swick.
Yeah, that was at the Swick studio. Again, as Devin mentioned, Dan runs the recording tech program over there, and occasionally they just need bands to record for their students.
Yeah.
And we happen to be a band.
Yeah.
And they needed something to record.
And we're also super close to Swick.
Yeah, exactly. So we went in, we recorded through their $90,000 Neve console with some of the best mics that they've got. So it was an amazing recording, and it just didn't fit with the rest of the vibe of the tune, which is kind of a bummer. So we'll definitely leave that one out there because it's kind of cool to have both versions for sure too.
I think so.
That's interesting.
I mean, I love that kind of stuff. Like as a fan, like I like hearing, even you were kind of talking about I Want to Go and like how the original sound of when you guys pitched the idea for the song, and then like as it develops, like I kind of like hearing those different B-sides and rarities and different different versions of these songs before they you settled on what it's going to be on the record.
Would be a funny one to hear the before and after.
Oh, like our demo version of it. Whenever
God, that song is completely.
I don't even remember
different.
That was just me and Ryan.
It wasn't like it was just really
like,
minimal, right? Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was part of it too. Is we kind of didn't know how we wanted to go. So we put it.
We were in a minimal mindset at the time.
Yeah, we go back and forth and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I remember it still. It's just like boom, 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 boom,
Everything with unison.
It was just like hits.
And it's still fun, but it's funny because that's not
no reality at all.
Let's try this instead, and then totally change
it. In 6 months, we should just do a B-sides and rarities. Just throw it on like SoundCloud or something, just so people can hear it.
Yeah.
Some of it's
Good
really
dream
cool.
going B-sides.
Some of it's not that great.
Yeah, sometimes there's a retion why that didn't make it in.
Yeah,
Right?
well, most a free SoundCloud playlist.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do find that, like, you know, like I was saying, kind of going back to even with your guys' home recording and going to a studio, I think like that's kind of the biggest thing is like when you do go to a studio and hire a producer or an engineer to help you out and stuff, is like sometimes they can offer like that outsider view and like, hey, let's try this, let's do, you know, one little tweak, you know, like you're saying in those songs, one little change and it totally changes everything. And
Ryan's really close to my face for all of you who are listening.
I know, I was like, this is out of context. This is going to be a very strange. Yeah.
Sorry to get some out of my pocket.
I'm gonna isolate that audio though.
Right. Good.
Want to make that.
You brought that on yourself.
Yeah.
It's all worth it.
It's gonna be my new ringtone. So.
Right.
But you know, like I saying, like I just think that that I mean that's why you hire them, is to help push you in a different direction. Sometimes of make it the best product you can. But you know, like I said, it's interesting though. Just to, I mean, again, there's no right or wrong way to do any of this stuff.
Yeah, there's pros and cons to both.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, like, you know, seeing a lot of like local recording studios, I'm kind of jealous sometimes. Like I want to just see what I can do there. You know, it'd be fun to just collaborate with people in different places and see what, you know, pick their brains about things and.
Yeah.
But you know. Right. You got to make a choice.
Right.
Well, if we didn't give ourselves a deadline too, I don't know if we'd ever finish anything.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
The good thing about a studio is you definitely have a deadline.
Yeah.
I've heard stories like sometimes like people like that they don't even have like all the songs written, like they'll like and like they wrote stuff like in studio and stuff like and it turns out to be like their biggest hit and
yes,
like and it's like that's the craziest stuff I can think of, like it's just But you mentioned shoe fits, and let's drop this one in there. This is anything else you guys want to add to this one about
shoe fits?
The story behind it, or anything? Or?
There's not, story behind it. I don't know.
It's really fun to play. I'll say that much.
Yeah, I will say that I started the lyrics in this one long time ago. Right? I was riding the metro
We've been talking about this song. For
I wrote
before it was its thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I was sitting on the Metro Link. I had like a commute. You know, I was commuting to school at the time, Umsel, and I wanted to write some lyrics. So I sat down with a notebook. I was like, I'm gonna write lyrics. Wrote the chorus to this. Sat in it for like a year and a half before we finally did something with it.
And you were like, I think I got something.
It's a pretty, it's not a very complicated song, really. I wasn't going in for anything deep here. I think I was just kind of pissed at someone at the time, you know, and it was just a little bit of venting.
That's kind of songs.
Nothing you can say can change
imagine that'll give you plenty of time to sit and think about it when you're commuting and stuff too. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. So shoe fits. You said you guys are getting some good feedback from it.
Well, we just
Airplay,
dropped off
yes.
some CDs this week at KHX, so some of the DJs have checked it out, and I think it's been on there. Shoe Fit's been on twice, I think,
Yeah.
so far.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Fingers
awesome.
crossed.
Yeah, is this some? I mean, I'm guessing that the kind of the one you're trying to push as a single then, or do we have a?
People just seem to be taking to it.
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
letting
we
that-
sent them all of them, and
Yeah, just kind of let people give them like a short description of each thing, and then
Yeah.
just kind of like. And all the shows on there are also different too. Like it's gonna appeal to some people,
Yeah.
and other people are gonna like different kinds of songs. So
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
depends on.
This one's just really punchy and
It's just
and
fun.
dirty.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's really fun song.
Are you guys any plans for like a video or doing any of that kind of stuff?
Never. have
We
that.
should.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Well, it's one of those things that we'll like bring up every few months.
Never
Like, yeah, we
Like,
should
do it.
yeah, we should do a video. Yeah, we should. Okay.
So anybody
See you
listening
later.
who wants to help us with video,
Yeah,
let us
right.
know.
So-
Yeah, reach
Facebook
out to
and
us,
gmail.com,
'cause-
yeah.
Well, I mean, even we mentioned Matt.
Yeah, he does
and
those.
he does all kinds of beautiful stuff with
Absolutely.
animation and things and
Yeah.
stuff. So, but
Mhm.
I'm just like, I mean, there's that's what's cool about what we have happening in St. Louis. I mean, let alone the music community, but like there's so many artists around that are doing
Yeah,
very
that's
cool
true.
things. So, yeah, it's
And-
really a lot of things cool happening right now.
Yeah,
it's
we
cool
should
that
give
you
a-
mentioned. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, you go.
It's cool that you mentioned that because each time, like for the EP release, we had our buddy Zach, who was a local artist, create the original artwork for that, and then this time we actually approached Josh Rowan, who does. I mean, you might not know his name, but if you do, awesome. If not, you've seen his artwork because he does all the artwork for the Four Hands Brewing Company.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
So, all the artwork, he draws giant murals on the city too, if I remember correctly. Like, he's got a very specific style of art, and we were really
You
glad.
better be right about that.
Right, yeah. Well, I know I've seen some in the Grove for sure.
Oh, okay.
But I think it's just so cool that he was willing to work with us on that and
Yeah,
kind of
he's great.
put the concepts that we gave him to life on paper or through the art, which was really
Yeah.
cool.
So this is be the album art for
Yes.
this?
Yeah.
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 Cool. Yeah. So you guys are. I think I saw the cover. You guys leaked me when they leaked me the album and stuff. So
Sure.
yeah. Top secret though.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be on posters
Yeah.
soon, too.
Yeah, it's coming out.
I need
It's
the words
coming.
out on
Well,
that
you
one,
could
yeah.
probably tell somebody.
Medium, middle secret,
Right.
middle layer secret.
Not top.
Are you? So I'm guessing. So you guys said you sent it off for CDs. We'll have we'll have CDs of the show and,
Yep,
and
physical
then
CDs.
Yeah.
digital everywhere else that
Yep.
same day.
Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, and a bunch of other random ones that the provider.
Bandcamp,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
do, yeah.
There's some that I haven't even heard of that just the provider that we went through
Yeah.
kind of lists, and maybe they're bigger elsewhere, but I wasn't very familiar.
Yeah, I
with
don't know if some of those are bigger international or what.
Right.
But I've seen some of those names too, and I'm like, nobody's ever mentioned using that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so get involved with all things The Fade on your Facebook and Instagram, and get plugged in what they got happening, and again, grab tickets for that release party. You don't want to miss this show. It's going to be a lot of fun out there, hanging out in Del Mar Loop down there. So
That's right.
so come on out. And then so after this, I mean, obviously this is big. I mean, this is obviously a big party, big release for the record and everything. And are you guys? What's next though? Do we want to hit the road? Do we want to
I think we'd like to do more of that.
do some weekend
Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah, probably it'll probably have to be just weekend stuff, I
Right.
think.
We've
but-
talked about just like hitting up some like places that are within like a 6-hour drive. So Chicago, Nashville, Memphis, Kansas City. We've been to Kansas City before. Maybe some of the college towns in between here and there too.
Yeah. We're always looking for a time when it's feasible to do a longer thing.
Mhm.
Right.
I just imagine so many people that's the dream, getting your 4 friends in a van and,
Yeah.
and hitting
Yeah.
the road and,
Heading out,
and
yeah.
stuff. So
So
I just think that would be a lot of fun to. And then me personally, I love sampling all kinds of different pizza. So it'd be fun to try pizzas in different towns and everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's fun sometimes because, like, you know, it's a band is a part-time thing for the most part if you have to make money in another way. So, you know, you only get to do it little bits and pieces here and there, but it's fun to occasionally be able to just fully immerse yourself into the band life. Like Christopher mentioned our songwriting weekend that we did.
Yeah.
We just like closed ourselves into the basement for a weekend and just did nothing but try to write songs.
Put on some Depends and
yeah.
just went for it.
It's like that astronaut.
But yeah, a tour I feel like is a similar thing where you can just have that like band vacation where you're just immersed.
Yeah, have that be your life.
It's the dream.
When you said that,
What's the defense thing?
Reminded me.
I listen to a lot of Howard Stern show, and he's got a guy, Richard Christie, on his staff, and he's a huge fan of like all this metal music and everything. But he went to some festival, and he also loves beer, so he drinks a lot of beer. And but he went to some festival, and he didn't want to miss any of the bands, and he didn't want to lose his spot, so he wore some Depends to the concert.
That's what we're all about.
I was like,
You can always show later.
That's true.
I was like, that's dedication right there.
Yeah,
So,
God.
It stresses me.
Wow. I hope he had the experience he wanted.
Yeah.
But is everything?
Yeah. Well, anyway, now that everybody's turned off their podcast,
Not listening anymore.
that's enough of that. Yeah, grab tickets. Again, you've heard 3 songs. Give you a little sneak peek of what the Fade has been up to. We got 10 tracks on the record. And are you guys planning to do the whole record that night? Or do we have enough?
I think so.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
And then along with the super secret
That's right.
cover.
Yep.
That's right, yeah. We need to tell you about, there's this... So Christopher is playing a game where he's playing snippets of songs on Spotify. So far we've had Big One More Time as a contender.
And
One of these may or may not be the cover that we
we
play.
did Backstreet Boys. This one also might be it.
Oh, nice. Bring that
You're
in.
never going to be able to hear that.
That's a great song. Is it Psycho Killer?
I've been saying that for years.
Yeah, I was just saying, I could karaoke with you for that one.
So, we might only be doing the first 10 seconds of Psycho Killer. We might only be doing the first 10 seconds of Baby One More Time, or I Want It That Way.
But we don't make any guarantees.
Yeah.
Right, or something completely different that you have no idea.
Right. But only 10 seconds. So.
That's why you need to come.
And you could do the Tell Me Why. If
Yeah.
You do that one.
Yeah, that's
well,
right.
yeah, for
Need
sure.
some backups on that one.
That'd be good.
Yep. I'll have to go home and practice. Just in case that is what it is.
Just in case.
I mean, you never know.
Right.
We'll put you on the bill just in
I'll
case.
just be
Great.
I'll just be like sitting on the bench at the it's like, come on.
Put me in, coach. Put me in.
Well, very cool. I thank you all so much for taking some time out again to hang. This is always fun to get and catch up. And like I said, I really enjoy the record. I'm excited to see what happens next. Getting us out there, getting everybody listening to it, and hopefully, like I said, hitting the road and expanding the fan base and stuff. So,
Yeah.
tell everybody to come out and bring everybody. Let's pack out the duck room. Yep.
Indeed.
And I'll see you all October 6th. All right.
right.
Thanks,
All right,
everybody.
Rock and roll.
Peace.
Bye, everyone.
Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Well, yeah, that was it.